Hello everyone, my name is Melinda Zilke and my friend Teresa in the background there and I are doing the Rib Mountain Adventure Challenge. Well, Teresa came along, I'm doing the challenge. She helped video and take pictures and such. So we are both native Wisconsinites, both now living in Virginia by happenstance. We didn't know each other before we became roommates a couple of years ago, and we live near Shenandoah National Park. So this part of the video is Skyline Drive, which basically runs the ridge of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Shenandoah National Park, and a lot of bikers and drivers and motorcyclists and hikers go up to Skyline Drive and recreate. So our bike route here is on Skyline Drive, and there is some long uphill slogs and then some long downhill runs, which is what I'm recording right here, and lots of curves and other vehicles and things like that. We did about 8.2 miles and got to see a bunch of overlooks, including the Franklin Cliffs overlook and Spitler Knolls overlook, the Old Rag View, Crescent Rock overlook, Timber Hollow overlook, all before we got to the trail that we started, which is the Limberlost Trail, which meets up with the White Oak Canyon Trail. So this trail basically follows White Oak Canyon down as it goes down the mountain, and you cross the river a couple of times. This is the first of two bridges that we went across, and there are several waterfalls on the way down. We didn't go all the way down for this adventure challenge, but I have hiked all the way down in the past. Here's a view of the river a little bit further downstream. And this is some of the mountain laurel that's in full bloom right now, mid-June. It's really pretty. This is the main White Oak Canyon waterfall on this trail. We stopped here and turned around and hiked back up to the ridge. So all in all, that was about 2 miles down and 2 miles back up hiking, which took 50 minutes each way, and biking back to the point that we started at took about an hour and 5 minutes. It was about an hour and 15 minutes on the way there, and that was a total of 16.4 miles of biking. And that is the end of the first two phases. Now on to the third phase. And my third phase for this adventure challenge is equestrian. My horse that I'm riding here is a young horse who I hope to do eventing with, which is one of the disciplines in equestrian in the Olympics. The horse that Teresa is riding is a fox hunter, and fox hunting is generally done in the fall and winter, so he's kind of off now, but we usually keep the fox hunters going in the summertime so they don't lose too much fitness. And this is one of the things that we do to help keep the horses fit is going on walks. We call them hacks out in the woods. This is basically just a trail ride. And going up and down hills and through little creeks and streams and things like that is all really good for the horse to get out so that they're not just drilling exercises in the arena all the time. And it's good for horses to go out alone or with other horses just to get used to everything that they might have to see in their lifetime. So for this adventure challenge, we took the horses out on a 30-minute hack through the woods. I also spent about 30 minutes with my horse, jumping her through this grid. We call these gymnastics, which is basically just to help the horse to learn their footwork. And you start out small and build it up. Gymnastics are something that we do pretty much weekly with the event horses. Another thing that we do is what we call trot sets, which is usually about 5 to 7 minutes of trotting with a 3 or so minute walk break, and we'll do 3 to 5 sets of those and then add in some canter sets as well as the horse gets more fit. It's really nice to ride in a freshly cut and baled hayfield, but one of the challenges we have here with the hills is trying to keep the horse in a steady trot, both up and down the hills. We don't want them to be rushing downhill or slogging uphill. We try to keep them in a balanced frame going downhill and pushing with their hindquarters going uphill at about the same speed and tempo both ways. And the very last thing I did was go for a little hand gallop across the field. Galloping is important for event horses. They need to be able to gallop and come back from the gallop when you ask them to as well. So that was about an hour and a half of riding, which concludes my entry for the Rib Mountain Adventure Challenge. Thanks for watching, everyone.